Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got a game between ZeNEXmenta and xSixSleep. This is from the Zotac Cup. It was played on the 21st of April 2012, and this is a best of 3 game. So this is game 1, I do believe. I say I do believe, this may not actually be game 1, but it's the one I'm casting first. So this is going to be game 1, and we will wait and see with the subsequent games whether it is or not. Anyway, we will see the Menta is the blue Protoss player in the bottom left, and Sleep is the red Zerg in the top right. The map is the GSL version of Daybreak, so that means we've got these supply depots here, so Menta, you can't go and pile on block Sleep. And Daybreak, of course, is now a ladder map in Season 7, which is awesome because it's a beautiful, beautiful map. You've got these rocks in the middle, which means late game, you can just go down there, you can clear them out, and you have a short rush distance. But early game, the rush distance is huge. So early pressure, kind of cheesy games don't happen too much. And also this natural base is quite easy to hold. Menta, he's going to be going for a fast expand, and depending on how he chooses to hold this, it can be a bit awkward. Just purely because this is quite a large area, but again, the long rush distance means he should be fine. And really, what's Sleep going to do? Well, he's probably going to get his own base up pretty fast. He'll probably go for a pull first, purely to be safe from any form of cannons at his natural. He'll then most likely take this third base super quickly, because if your Protoss buddy has gone for a fast expand, you want to make sure you've always got a base up. Now here we go, we will see Sleep. He's taken his spawning pool down, so that's pretty damn standard. Now what's interesting here is it looks like Menta's going to be going for a Nexus first build. That forge hasn't gone down yet, he's got enough minerals, so a Nexus before anything build coming out of Menta there. So that is very economically focused, and really it's going to pay off. As long as he doesn't take too much damage early on from any Zerglings or anything, he should be fine. There goes the forge. So essentially what Sleep needs to do is he needs to scout this, because his response is going to be very heavily influenced if he knows that this Nexus came down first. He knows that he's going to be so safe from any kind of early pressure, but also it gives him a big opportunity to put on pressure of his own. And it will be interesting to see if he does go for that. There goes the gateway for Menta. Meanwhile, Sleep, he has thrown down his own hatchery. He has got that one gas up, so we could actually see some early Zergling speed, which a lot of Zerg players are choosing not to get in the ZVP matchup. The reason for that is by getting this gas, yes, you get speed, but it delays this third base quite heavily. But do you need speed? No. And if you're playing purely defensively early on, you don't need speed to defend against anything the Protoss player really can throw at you, especially if they're fast expanding. Now, this Overlord will see everything, he'll know the timings, and really that's a big giveaway and exactly what Sleep needs to know. He's getting that one queen up. He has pulled all of those guys out of gas a bit late actually. He started speed up, but 20 gas over, which is a bit of a slip up. And again, that sort of slip up delays this third base. I mean, it's 4 minutes 20. This is when this third base should be going up if that's what you're going for. There is no sign of it. There's not enough money for it, and that is not a good position. I would very much say Menta, he's got this early game down very nicely. He's chrono boosting our probes at both Nexus, so not going to be putting on any early pressure at all, but he will be in a great spot going into the mid game. And really, this is all on Sleep now to try and really bring this back. This is coming up to the 5-minute mark now. So the sheer fact that there isn't a third base means that Sleep, he needs, and I really mean he's only just getting this third base now, so he is economically behind quite significantly. He needs to put on some early pressure, or needs to do some damage, or essentially he needs to drone up seriously hard. I mean, if we take a look at the worker count, 28 to 23 in favour of Menta, and that is not where you want to be. Now, Menta surprisingly not actually using this forge for upgrades quite yet, just still chrono boosting our probes. So Menta just really going mad for those probes, and who can blame him? Probes are awesome workers, means your mid and late game is just going to be fantastic. Meanwhile, up here, still no gas here for Sleep yet. He's just droning up, he's getting 5 drones out at a time. His third base is coming along quite nicely. There is a third queen on the way, one walking down, so that'll bring up to 3 queens. The creep spread isn't actually great. This main and natural isn't going to be connected yet. There is no just purely creep spreading queen, which quite a few Zerg players do go for just because it works really well. Now here we go, we've got a robo coming out, so this is a 1-gate robo build, that 1 sentry forming the wall off, so with the force field it should be absolutely fine to hold with that 1 cannon. Warp gate tech is about 2/3 done roughly, and that's all pretty good. That third base for Sleep has just come down, but these Zerglings aren't going to be trying to put on pressure. They're going to be there to get scouting information, see what's up. Won't see a Chronoboost coming down on this Cybercore, which essentially says that there's not any real quick warp gate pressure coming in. Having said that though, 2 more gateways being added on, but that still isn't something to worry about. There goes the +1, and there's another gateway as well, so it's going to be a 4-gate robo type build, which can put on a lot of pressure. There goes the observer on its way out, and essentially that observer is going to give key scouting information for Menta in order to react appropriately. A Roach-1 and Evo Chamber, very normal timing. There comes the 2nd and 3rd gas. This 3rd base, now the trouble with Daybreak for Zergs is, yes, this 3rd base is easy to take, but there's a big open ramp here, and also there's, well, this area here. So your natural and 3rd base are very exposed, and unless you play very well, you can end up getting a multi-prong attack, which can be a nightmare to deal with. Now, +1 melee attack on the way out for Sleep. That +1 ground attack is on its way for Menta as well. A bit ahead. Lair is about to finish up for Sleep, and we've actually got a robotics bay coming down. Where is that? So that is very early teching up 2 Colossi. If we look at the worker count, still pretty even, and this is exactly what I was saying. Because that 3rd base for Sleep was so far delayed, it's a big problem. Spore Caller on its way out, so essentially Sleep, he's very wide. If we take a quick look at Sleep's vision, he knows nothing about this main base or any form of tech, and that is not something you don't want to know about. I'm surprised he hasn't sacrificed this Overlord in, and essentially that would mean that he'd know what's coming, and that's what he needs. If he knew about this robotics bay, he could start getting that Spire up in order to deal with that. You're going to see a bit of engagement, some great money force fields come down there from Menta, and he's not going to lose anything. And I mean, at worst, Sleep is delaying that 3rd base fractionally. The probe was picked up, so another one's going to have to go down there. Chrono boosting out a Colossi there, so that's the first Colossi. What else? We've got a Macro Hatch on its way down there for Sleep. He's still got that +1, he's got the road speed on the way, and he's also getting drop tech. Now, that's quite an interesting choice. He's getting a Baneling Nest as well, so we could see some Baneling Rain. Obviously, that will be really effective against the Stalker type army. But currently, Menta, he's just playing very passively, getting 3 more gateways added on, and here comes a big Zergling run by. This could do a lot of damage theoretically, and well, if that does go down, it would be absolutely essentially good. But I mean, Sleep, he's choosing to pull back, and unless I'm missing something, I don't understand why. In terms of a warp, there's no warp prism out on the field as far as I believe. No, so again, those Zerglings just pulling back. He could have done quite a bit more damage there, I do think, or at least could have just kept that harassment up. That first Colossi is out, another one on the way. Extended thermal lance half done. The Baneling speed is being researched. The drop tech for Overlord's on its way for Sleep as well. So is the Overlord speed, and he's just finished up that +1 melee attacking, the +1 carapace. The roaches are on the way out, quite a few actually, and Sleep is, well, a supply block now, which is less than good, and he has got this Overseer, and Overseer just goes so fast with the speed upgrade, it's crazy. Now, that 3rd base for Menta is up and running. The 4th base for Sleep about half done down here, and really, what else have we got going on? Well, a lot of Banelings just getting morphed in there by Sleep, and I mean, Banelings, they're good. If you can get them dropped on top of this Protoss army, they do a huge amount of damage, which is exactly what Sleep needs to do, because economically he still isn't really in the greatest spot. It's 70 probes, which is exactly where Menta wants to be, to, what was it, 84 drones for Sleep. Sleep, though, his army's looking pretty good, but my concern is what tech is there. There is no sign of an infestation pit, a Spire only just starting now, so essentially Sleep has got a bit of an issue with these Colossi. It was scouted though, I do believe, though. So let's take a quick look. Yep. So he knows that that robotics tech, RoboBay tech is there. He knows Colossi are going to be on their way or are out already. Plus 2 weapons on the way there for Menta. He's also getting Blink about half done. Meanwhile, we've got the +1 missile attack on the way for Sleep. He's also got that +1 carapace nearly finished. These Overlords are, well, loaded up with Banelings. Banelings are, of course, awesome. Because, well, who doesn't love Banelings? I mean, probably the person who's playing against them, but we've got Sleep moving out here, and he's looking like he's going to be going for a bit of harassment. This is not his main army. He's got so much left. He's bringing in all these Overlords now. Now, this could be really big. If he lands some good drops, it would be huge, but obviously these Colossi are going to melt the Zerglings. The Roaches are going to be very effective here. obviously that +1 carapace is finished. So upgrade wise, they're pretty even. I'd almost say it's slightly in favour. It is in favour of Sleep because he's got that +1 melee attack there. Good overlord placement here, preventing a 4th base going down anytime soon. Obviously Sleep has his own 4th base up. How's he doing with injects? Well, the queens say a lot. He's doing pretty well. His main base queen is, yeah, brilliant. And here we go. We've got big engagement here. And what is going to be able to go down? Well, Menta, he's doing a great job of pulling back. Those roaches are getting a couple picks off, but we will see those overlords are on the way in. But look at the stalkers, and the force fields were absolutely perfect. Some banelings are being dropped down, but they're not perfect banelings, and those stalkers are picking off overlord after overlord, and he's just still going in, and this is doing a lot of damage. And he's just doing a great job of pulling back very, very effectively. Has stopped his army though. He's got surrounded by those zerglings and roaches, and the colossi are gonna fall. All of those colossi will go down, leaving just a couple of stalkers. So we take a look at the loss tab. Well, that's actually pretty even. Not too bad at all. Those zerglings nearly got a good surround, but great blink out there, and Menta, he's pretty much safe now, but his 3rd base, that is not safe at all. That is very, very exposed and could go down very, very soon if Menta is not extremely careful. 15 mutas on the way with +1 flyer attack, so that is a great transition there for Sleep. And Sleep is just putting on the pressure here, trying to focus down that Nexus as fast as he can. Even the probes being pulled there to attack for Menta, and that Nexus should stay up. So that was a good move there. Some Zerglings did manage to get into the main base though, and they will scout literally everything. Going to try and target down this robotics bay, and that Colossus did actually pull back. I don't know if it's going to be able to clear this out in time. It will be pretty damn close, but here comes a walk in of some units, and that will get cleaned up pretty damn easily. Those mutas are just popping out now, and look at the sheer numbers of mutas. Already 18 on the field, 11 more on the way. That is just crazy, crazy numbers. And the stalker count isn't insanely high. There's no armor upgrades for those stalkers either. Obviously the attack is there. That +1 air attack just finished up though. Menta, he's getting that +2 air attack as well now. And just look how quickly that cannon is going down. Those other cannons are going to be forced to be cancelled. 4 stalkers getting warped in, but they are not going to last long against that many mutalisks. Just look at how quickly everything is going down there, and a lot of probes could in theory get picked off, but still, it seems that Sleep, he's just getting massive, massive map control. He's got quite a lot of Zerglings running around. He's going to force a cancel on his 4th base. There's no way that's going to be able to go down. And there's the cancel there. And still more Mutalisks. And just look how many Mutalisks are on the field. There's now 29 Mutas, 5 more on the way. So this is a heavy, heavy commitment to Mutas from Sleep. And there goes the Templar Archives. I was just about to say, Menta needs that storm to deal with these mutas. That is essentially, once he's got that out, he will be fine, and this heavy muta numbers will be really a massive disadvantage for Sleep if 5 Templars were out. But currently there's just so many mutas, and going for a head-on engagement here, and just look at how quickly those stalkers are going down. But there's just so many, and a couple of mutas do die, and this is good defense here by Menta. I mean, Sleep, on the one hand, he's got all his mutas together, but he's not really forcing Menta to split his army at all. Sleep could do a lot if he was doing a ground attack down here, meanwhile running in with the mutas here to keep the majority of the stalkers back. And really, we just got +2 fly carapace, the 2/2 upgrades coming down as well for the roaches. There goes Burrow. +3 is about 3/4 done for Menta. He's also just chrono boosting out that Sonic Storm because that is what he needs. He needs that out to deal with the Mutalisks. A good 2-pronged attack. Now, exactly as I was saying, Sleep needs to do, he needs to get that 2-pronged attack, and that is just what he's going for. In goes all of those Zerglings. They're going to get good hold position, and they're going to be able to pick off just so many probes. Huge banelings do come in. The mutas have pulled back at the main base, but that 3rd base goes down near instantly there for Menta, and that was a good engagement. 23 probes killed by Sleep to 0 drones killed by Menta. If we take a look, that's definitely put the economy in a better standing there for Sleep, and Sleep is just following up with more Mutalisks, but there are the High Templars. And essentially, if he can pick off that Templar Archives to prevent Storm going down, then Sleep will be in such a dominating position, trying to pick off those cannons ASAP, and that is exactly what he does. This is, well, the Infestation Pit is on its way out there for Menta, and that is an insanely, great blink forward there from Menta. It's going to do so much damage to the mutants, but there's just so many. Those mutants did move forward though, which was a bit of a misstep there, but still 29 on the field. There is 5 bases up happily for Sleep. Well, 2 mining bases there. Some Zerglings have managed to get into the main base. I missed that, but there goes some Storms. They're doing some massive damage, and an Archon being walked in as well. Archons obviously do splash damage 2 air units, so those mutas will have a bit of a problem if they clump up. Sleep will have to do some great magic boxing just to prevent the splash damage doing too much, and again forcing a cancel on that 4th base. Their Storm of course finished as we saw earlier on. That 3rd base nearly rebuilt, but this is a 5 base Zerg against the 3 base Protoss, so this is going to be pretty close. Plus 3 weapon attack is done for Menta though, plus 2 air attack is finished, plus 1 fly carapace coming down now for Sleep. And there goes one Storm, and that was nearly quite effective. And there comes the Archon morphing in. Is going to get focused down though near instantly. That Colossi looking very, very exposed. And really nothing to defend against these mutas at the moment. But there goes the Stalkers. They're coming in. And quite rightly, Sleep is pulling back. He's getting a lot of Zerglings on their way out. He has got... well, he's got 2-2 upgrades, but no hive tech still, and that is going to cause a bit of a problem. The infestation pit is down, but pathogen glands hasn't been researched, and really this is great play by Sleep, but he needs to start thinking late game. That is essentially what he needs more than anything. If he stays in this composition too long, it could be risky. I mean, to be fair, he's doing huge amounts of damage, and that is exactly what he needs to be doing, but Menta, he's doing a good defensive job as well. He's picking off muta after muta, and that's all he needs to do. He's not losing too much of his army, but this 4th base is looking quite exposed with so many photon cannons. Luckily getting that 2nd pylon, otherwise that could have been a bit embarrassing. And we are going to see now a lot of banelings come in here. This is a lot of banelings, and really what is there? Well, there goes one Storm, but the Storm is not going to be able to pick off many banelings, and here they'll come running in. All those probes are looking like they're going to get a huge baneling hit goes off there for Sleep, and essentially that could be game ending. Some good Storms go down to pick off as many banelings as possible, some Archons getting morphed in. Meanwhile, those mutas were being denied by the Stalkers down here. How many? Well, 52 probes have been killed. It's essentially double the workers for Sleep, and that is just a great position. Sleep, he's taken down a 6th base and the 7th, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 bases are on the way down for Sleep. This base very exposed. Now, to be honest, I don't mind that, because look at the bank, the trust fund that Sleep has built up in terms of minerals. He can afford to expand, because really if he doesn't, there's... well, nothing lost. If they get killed, that's fine. Here comes a big Zergling run by. That Zealot just getting walked in time, and those Zerglings will come down and see that the 3rd base still hasn't gone down again yet. But what is Sleep going to do? Well, he's just going to go for it, and that could be quite good, in all truthfulness. Now, here comes all the Zerglings trying to pick off some of those cannons, but all of Sleep's army being pulled back just to defend that. Meanwhile, those mutas have picked off a couple of gateways there, picked off the pylon as well. This one Archon looking quite bravely there, and the Templar Archives was taken down, and so that's having to be rebuilt. No Storms. What is that muta number at 45 mutas? That is just crazy. But if they clump up, that Archon is going to be able to do crazy damage, and that is not something you want. Finally, Sleep has just finished up his hive tech. That robotics bay is going to go down though, so no more Colossi. And really, Sleep is in a very, very dominating position. He's just got so many more mining bases. He is in a great spot, but as I said, he's stayed on this, well, tier 2 lair tech so long that he's actually causing himself some problems, because as you can see, he doesn't have... mutas are great for harassment, but they're not game ending, and all of these mutas he keeps losing to these Stalkers are effectively just lost minerals and gas, and he can't afford to do that for too long. He needs to do something game ending, and baning run-bys like this can be pretty game ending. That next is taking a lot of damage. A couple of pylons and cannons go down, but no serious losses at all there. The mutas just pinned back in the corner. Meanwhile, some more mutas around here, and this is exactly what Sleep needs to do. He needs to split up those mutalisks, because that forces Menta to be in 2 places at once, which obviously he can't be. Now, Menta has got supply blocked, quite significantly supply blocked as well, and that is just going to be playing into Sleep's favour. Great Aspire on the way, and that is exactly what he needs. He's getting the 3/3 upgrades as well for his Zerglings, and also his Broodlings. Adrenal Glands could also come down. I mean, just look at how much money there is there for Sleep. Sleep not using this base, he could really do with grabbing those extra gas, because he's got so many minerals, but it's a bit low on gas, I must say. And meanwhile, Menta, he's doing a great job of holding this, but he's got such an uphill battle. He's 60 supply behind. He's literally on 1 mining base compared to, well, 1, 2, 3... and 4 if he ever uses it. 4 mining bases for sleep. So 1 mining base to 4. Obviously, the advantage there is certainly for sleep. And here we go, big engagement coming in, and this could actually be game-ending. Some great storms going down, but just so many Mutalisks there that those Stalkers cannot deal with them. The Banelings coming in as well, doing some huge damage. Now that Archon's down, this is pretty much GG. Some good play by Menta there, but that is it. The game is over. I'll give you the satisfaction of watching that entire army go down, and there we go. So that was a pretty good game 1. That is 1 up for sleep in this best of 3. So tune into the next game. I'll stick these all in a playlist so you can obviously watch them all together. So see you in a minute. Give this video a thumbs up though if you did enjoy it, and also subscribe if you're already loving it. Thank you very much, and see you in a minute.